Yeah, boy. Every mountain is climbed one step at a time, and every great journey begins with a single stride. We're here to help you realize your true potential, one conversation at a time.
Remember, cathedrals weren't built overnight, but they were built by laying one brick at a time, and we're here to lay those bricks together.
Prepare to break through the barriers of the ordinary with laughter as our compass and knowledge as our guide. Let's explore the extraordinary.
Because living with positivity isn't just an act, it's an art, and we're here to help you master it.
So tune in, turn up the volume, and get ready to transform your life and make the 1% shift with
The
Human
Human
Now.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Wow. I'm good, man. Sounds like you've been abroad for the last couple weeks.
Man.
You know those 1 week, 1 day in India.
Yeah.
1 week in India.
Yeah.
2 weeks in India, bro. Brothers come back fully.
I'm back. What's happening?
Not much, man. It's been a busy few weeks.
So you got the legs out today? I don't think our audience can see.
They can. There's a wide shot.
Wow, I apologize for that.
No, it's
busy
good.
few weeks?
Yeah, the weather's the season's changing. Just finished up the half marathon.
Yep.
So it's a nice way to close out the year.
Well, easy, man. It's just start hit
I
November.
mean, in terms of like running events and
Yep.
it was good. Like there wasn't too much training involved because there was a lot of training at the beginning of the year.
Sorry about it.
So it's just like, maintenance. There's a bit of indoor netball that we've been doing. So the run was good. Like, I was happy with it.
What position do you play in indoor netball?
Defense.
Hey.
Yeah.
Nice. Excellent.
How about yourself? What have you been up to, man?
Yeah, same thing. It has been, you can definitely tell that the silly season is nearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But been good. Things are good.
Yeah.
Happy.
I think everyone's just
Healthy.
It feels like everyone's just on the countdown.
Yeah. It's been a big year. Excellent. What do we do now?
Where's the vibes at, man?
Oh, the wives, bro. All right, morale check.
Yeah.
It's just the order.
Yeah,
I know. It's the same all the time. Yes. What episode are we now? Like 89 or something?
This will be, probably going to be 89.
Maybe by the 100th episode I'll get it right.
Oh, we'll see.
All right, you tell me where your vibes at.
My vibes, man, I'm sitting about a 8. Feeling good. Yesterday was a bit full on, but I'm ready to go. We've been out, we've been walking a bit.
Yep.
So that's been good.
Yep.
Just also learning to like say no to things too.
That's big for you.
Yeah. Yep. And then just learning just to be okay with things as they are. And so this morning it's good,
Nice.
I'm at an 8. How about yourself?
Excellent. Yeah, I'd probably say about an 8 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit of sniffle, and I think audience might be able to hear it in my voice. But I'm feeling good, feeling pumped.
All right.
It's been a great week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we do some gratitude now?
Let's kick into it.
Excellent. Here we go.
So what are you feeling grateful for, man?
Just in thinking about today's topic,
Yeah.
I got one thing that I'm grateful for is the real ones. Yeah. I think that's it. That's all I need to say. It's just the ones that are there, the ones that matter, the ones that care. That's it. What about yourself?
I'm grateful for this dude that I met at Repco earlier in the week. So I need to get my WAF done. There's 2 things that needed to, like I didn't get accepted the first time.
Yeah.
I didn't get the WAF the first time, and they said it was like just buffering up the headlights and replacing a park lamp.
Yep.
And typical me left it last minute. Like there was a day before it needed to go back in, and where you wouldn't get charged,
Yeah.
And so I went down to Repco, and the guy sorted the lamp out, and then I buffered up the headlight at home, and he's like, "Oh, I've got a buffering thing in the car. I'll just sort it out for you.
Oh,
and I was
wow.
like, okay, sweet. And he did it all. And then I was like, oh, how much for that? And he's like, we don't charge for service. I was like, oh man, this is a legend over here.
Yeah.
You know, and I took that learning and I was like, I can use that at work.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go back there every time now.
Yeah. 100%.
Just because he sorted me out
Custom
for that
for
one
life.
thing.
Yeah. I think service is a very underrated thing in our society.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't really realize until you get bad service.
Yeah.
I've had my fair share of bad service, and I'm like so obsessed with customer service and getting things right, and so that's really cool.
Yeah.
Really nice to hear.
So I was super grateful for him and his view to service, because because of him, we got a waff, baby.
Yeah. Nice, excellent. All right, what are we talking about today?
Today, we're talking about outgrowing relationships.
Yeah,
it's a tough one, man. It's hard, you know, and it's required. It's tough because naturally we grow to wanting to be, or we have a likeliness to attachments. You know, we think things are constant forever. There's history.
Yeah. Do you think your thoughts on this have changed?
Oh, big time.
As of recent times, or how recently?
Oh, I think it's probably changed in. There's two steps.
Mm-hmm.
First,
is admitting you have a problem?
No, I think my relationship towards relationships, it was probably going through my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
I had a view on relationships, and that changed. And then just recently, like as we've been having these chats as well, it's changed as well.
Yeah.
You know, especially when we talk about like the 5 closest people.
Yeah.
The difference between real friendships and acquaintances. You know, and I guess, it's like when we talked about vulnerability as well. You know, I think that kind of helped to broaden the vision on a relationship.
Yep.
How about yourself?
Yeah, I feel like I've for a while. I'm talking like, I don't know. I want to say 10 plus years.
Yeah.
Like I've always been pretty brutal or ruthless with who and what I keep in my space.
Yeah.
What? What are you laughing at?
Sometimes people, I'm just like, man, this guy just gives the cut.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like you're in, you're out, and boom.
But like, anyway, I guess we'll talk about it further. But I don't. Your piece is everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're laughing. I don't know. Understand why you're laughing. Why are you laughing at me?
No, because it is. Peace is everything.
Yeah.
Peace of mind.
It is. And if someone doesn't, if someone can't facilitate that for you, and I understand that if it's whatever, yeah, like I understand it's up to me, right? I can change how I feel in a second, in a moment. But if someone is causing harm, then there's no need for that person to be around.
Yeah.
And harm is a big word. But I mean, even just mental peace and distress and even just like how you feel when you're around someone.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah. The types of conversations you're having.
Yep.
And there's people that I've cut out because the only thing that we talk about is other people. And it's like, I'm not about that.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's kick into it. I think that the first thing I've learned is that change is constant.
Yeah. It's a law of nature.
You know, and that like people today, you and I today are not the you and I we saw each other on Thursday. In that time we've grown, you know, but our values are still aligned.
Yep.
You know, we're still on the same wavelength, same energy. But the you and I that were here like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, two different people.
Yeah.
And that's always going to change.
Yep.
The you and tomorrow is going to be completely different as well.
For sure, yeah.
And so I think there's like it's almost like wearing the rose-tinted glasses if you're thinking that relationships and people are going to be the same forever.
Yeah, absolutely. So watch out for our breakup video in the coming years.
But people are on their own journey as well. And we can't forget that.
Yeah, and you have to respect that. And you have to be able to say, that's the journey you're going on. I unfortunately can't come on that journey with you.
Yeah. And that we walk next to each other on this journey.
Yeah.
You're doing you, I'm doing me. And that's for every other relationship as well. Is that you're not actually attached by the hip, literally.
Yeah.
And so you just gotta know that it's you on your path. People come and go.
Yeah.
And also like words matter too. I think I've said this before as well, but I think we can often get caught in romanticizing about relationships. We'll be best friends forever. Or we were best friends forever. Like, yeah, that's only significant to that moment in time, but like best friends is, how limited is that? Is that limited to just one person, or do you have like heaps of best friends, or
Yep.
And like the one that always gets me is like, I'll love you in this lifetime and all lifetimes, and like how can you control that?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like it's sweet to say, and it's perfect in the moment. But in reality, like we come with nothing and we go with nothing.
Yep.
And then the other thing is also that like it takes two to make it work. If one person's bringing all the energy to the relationship, and like I'm sure you've probably been a part of it, part of those relationships, either where you're the person bringing the energy or you're the person trying to remove yourself from it. Like that's hard work.
Yeah.
And it's hard work for both people. It's awkward.
Yeah.
It's like, so I think you've got to know when to let it go.
Hit the eject button.
Yeah. It's just like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. I agree.
And then I guess what we'll talk about also is how to like get through the, like towing that line, like you can only do it for so long before like it has an effect on you. But if it's not a two-way thing, then man, it
is hard,
super tiring.
Yeah.
And then I guess the last is also just knowing the difference between a friend, like knowing the difference between a real friend and acquaintances.
Yep.
I feel like a real friend is someone who you can have a deep connection with, deep level conversation. You don't necessarily have to be hanging out with them every single time. It's, for me, what a deep relationship is that when I see this person, we snap into it and we know exactly where we are.
Yep.
You can tell from a distance, you can tell from the first few seconds and get a gauge for that person's mood or how they're feeling. If they're unnatural from their natural state, then you're like, oh, something's wrong with this person.
Yeah.
Like an acquaintance isn't going to do that. And an acquaintance is going to put up a front.
Yep.
Like, everything's all rosy,
Definitely.
So I think like that this is kind of like the precursor to the outgrowing relationships and what we do about it. Because if you understand that change is constant, if you understand that like words are only contextual, that it takes two, and that there's a difference between friends and acquaintances, then I feel like we can get into that next step on actually how do you go about outgrowing those relationships and maneuvering those things.
Yeah. I think just on the words that matter, I think you're referring to labels, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's the labels that we put on relationships.
Yeah.
Best friends forever. Even the label of friends and acquaintance. I think all of those matter. Any label that we put on any of our relationships. So
Just also on that, it's just expanding on that a little bit more. It's also like we've been friends for 10 years. Like, cool.
Yeah.
Like just because you've been friends for 10 years doesn't mean you need to be a friend for the 11th.
Yeah.
And
like you said, changes constantly. Anything can happen.
People come and go.
Yeah. For sure. Should we get into the 8 things that we've sort of thought about when it comes to outgrowing relationships?
Number one,
understanding when it's time to let go. Yeah. I think I want to hear from your point of view because you struggle with this or have struggled with this in the past. So what has there ever been a situation where someone isn't serving you and you've held on to that relationship?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess the question is why?
Because that person brought a perceived love.
Yep.
And so you're like, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
But then when you take a step back and you're like, where's this all going? That's when it's like, wow, this can be dangerous.
Yep.
Dangerous as in like what it's going to be like for if this relationship continues, it's going to be dangerous for me. So I got to put a stop to this.
Yeah. But why wait for so long? What's that thing that's stopping you from letting go? I'm talking about in earlier to you coming to that realization, right? Has there ever been a moment where there's been a prolonged period of this doesn't feel right?
I think you get the signs.
Yeah.
You definitely get the signs from all people. And I guess, like I said, it's when you choose to take off those glasses.
Yeah.
Are those before that you accept things as they are and almost rename them, relabel them as, no, this is normal. This is what it should feel like.
Yep. Yeah.
This is a new experience. Let it be.
Yeah.
But how many times are you going to let yourself get smacked in the face before you do something about it?
Well, some get smacked in the face more than others.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've written here, recognizing signs that a relationship is no longer healthy or beneficial. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, right? Like, whether this relationship is increasing your stress, there's a lack of respect, and you're feeling unfulfilled. I think those signs are obvious. They might not be clear to you because you're wearing those rose-tinted glasses, but I think those are pretty obvious. And I'm sure there'll be other people in your life who would tell you, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So sometimes you just gotta trust in the people that you trust, the ones that really care about you.
And these aren't necessarily just intimate relationships.
No, any friendships.
These are friendships, because friendships can be highly draining as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Even work colleagues as well.
Yeah.
I remember working at a place where it was toxic, right? And everyone would always complain about everyone else. And so at that place, I felt like I couldn't hang out with anyone.
Yeah.
And so I would just be by myself because it was just draining. Mm-hmm. It's like they're best friends in front of each other, but then you take them apart, talking crap about everyone, each other, and it's just it's just draining.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be around that. It's not a nice environment to be around.
No.
Yeah. So it's not just intimate. It's friendships. It's work. It's any relationship that you have. I've also noted that everything happens in seasons, right? And I think we're aware of that. The economy, the earth, the actual seasons, and I heard this thing recently where I can't remember who it was, and I would love to give credit, but I just can't remember who it was. They said you've got summer friends and you've got winter friends. Summer friends who are there just for the good times, the parties, the barbecues, the good times, right? Metaphorically and literally. And then you've got winter friends. Winter friends are the ones who are there when you're at your lowest, but they're still there with you. and they're with you through those hard times as well. So realize, and like again, we always talk about doing self audits. Go through your list of friends and be like, summer friend, winter friend, summer friend, winter friend. I think if you look at it subjectively, it could be quite eye opening as an exercise. Yeah.
And I like what you've written here. Energy giving or energy draining.
Yeah. And again, even that one is obvious.
It takes a toll.
It does. Yeah. It does. I think, and that one's another one that's obvious as well, but people just don't pay attention to it.
No.
They just put on their rose-tinted glasses, or they just completely ignore it.
Yeah.
And they blame it on something else.
For me, the sign is like a quick indicator is the level of discussion.
Yeah.
If it's surface level discussion, then, like I'm only going to put in the limited amount.
Yeah.
But I'm not holding, like, it's easy to just like let go of it.
Yeah.
Cool. It's there for the moment, not putting too much into this.
Yeah. But I've experienced times where you hang out with someone, you're like, oh my God, that was hard.
Yeah.
That was rough. Like it's hard work. It's emotionally hard. It's mentally hard.
So what'd you do about it?
Get out of there. I mean,
how do you get out of there though?
Yeah, that one's a hard one, right?
Yeah.
Again, the reason you laughed before is because I'm pretty ruthless. Like I would just like, I'll be like, I don't want to hang out anymore.
Yeah.
And I've gone to the point where I've just like, even on social media, I like unfollow or mute or whatever. Cause
cold turkey.
I just don't need that.
Yeah.
And I'm like pretty okay with doing that. So I don't know if I'm the best at giving advice on how to do it. I hit the eject button pretty fast when I know that a relationship isn't serving. I'm like, man, come on. I'm like 36 years old. I've got a wife. I've got 2 kids. I don't got time for none of that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm the right one to.
I think what we're trying to say here is that it's okay to be cutthroat.
It's 100% to be okay to be cutthroat.
Because that's what I was saying. Like, because
you have to take care of number one.
You start romanticizing about the other person, how they feel. Like
that, but you also start to then get into this cycle of, oh, it'll come right. It hasn't been right for the last 10 years, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Let it go. Just make like Elsa and let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we 100%. So we romanticize the positive, but we also romanticize that we can fix this person, or it's just a phase or whatever, and it might just be a phase.
Yeah,
but if this person if it isn't mutual, right? If that support isn't mutual, which is what the next point is, so defining what support looks like, or redefining what a support looks like. If it isn't mutual support, mutual growth, mutual positivity in this relationship, then it's okay to let go.
Yeah.
If it's a real one and you know that they're going through a hard time, that's a completely different story. I'm not saying you abandon people in those times. I'm saying if this person that you have a relationship with, whether it's an intimate friendship, whatever it is, if they fundamentally have different values and think differently and experience the world differently, then it's okay to let go.
Gotta look after number one.
You have to look after number one. You have to. That's all you've got. That's all you've got. And I've also written here that you can't love others from an empty cup, right?
No.
If I'm sitting with you and I feel drained and all you talk about is other people and how the world is wrong, then I go home, I'm like exhausted. I can't give anything to my family. I can't give anything to the ones that matter. Because I've just expelled all of that with you.
What's the point?
I see it so black and white though. Right? And yes, everyone has to go through their own journey with this. But again, lean on those ones that where it's mutual. So yeah, so the second point is redefining what support looks like.
Just on that as well, and while we're here, I was having a chat with someone earlier this week, and they were talking about the number of friends that they had, and they were kind of making like that they only had a few friends, and I was like,
lucky you.
That is the best thing you could actually have. It's about the quality of friendship.
Yeah,
it's never about the quantity.
Yeah,
if you've got a few quality friends that keep you in check, things are real. Wow.
Yeah.
You've got something amazing.
I've got a handful of friends.
Yeah.
Right? And my wife and 2 kids are the majority of them. And that's okay. Yeah, there's 1 spot left or 2 spots left.
Me.
Yeah. We need to talk after this episode, by the way.
Right.
Like I said, watch out for our breakup episode coming soon.
I guess then I have to develop the courage to walk away.
You do. Yeah. And that's our third point, right? Is developing that courage to walk away. I don't know. Like I said, I find this, I see this so black and white, right? You are all you have. There is no one other than you.
Yeah.
And you need to protect you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you hold that thought at the forefront of your mind, then no one else matters. And the people that don't serve you, and serve you is also a very, it's probably not the right term to use.
Yeah, we mean serve in the context of adding value to your
but
life.
not like what they give you.
No.
It's like enriching. There's like an enrichment of your life, right?
Helping you to grow.
Yeah. If that's not happening, then you need to get out of there. Yeah. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I think what people might struggle with, or something I struggle with, in fact, is not wanting to hurt the other person.
Yeah.
And feeling like you come across as mean.
Yeah.
Yep. And so you'll be nice and you'll just go hang out with this person to make it look like the relationship's still there, but it's only hurting you, only hurting the other person more.
It's 100% still hurting the other person.
But you just need to, it's tough.
I would argue that it's more hurtful
to keep going,
stay in a relationship, but back off than to just be like, I don't think this is serving either one of us.
Mm-hmm.
And walking away. And it's not, and sometimes you don't need to have that conversation. Sometimes it's you physically remove yourself.
Yeah.
And you're still cordial, you're still friendly, but you're not letting that person into mental space and you're in a bubble. I think that's okay as well. I think you can also, I think it's, if you find it hard to just be like, I'm out of here, I can't deal with this, and sometimes have that conversation, then it's okay to physically, mentally, emotionally step back and say, I'm going to keep you over there at a distance. We can interact. We can still talk in a group, but I don't need you in my life. I think that might be an easy way to do it, right? Yeah. But it's also having confidence in yourself, right? And knowing that you are actually worth so much more. It's knowing your self-worth.
Yep.
Which is our next point. That one segued beautifully. I wasn't even leaning into it. Didn't even look down. Like, again, you are number one. You have to realize what you're worth.
Yeah.
You have to realize what your mental peace is worth. You have to realize you're everything. And everything that you do in life, everything that you want to achieve in life comes from within. Again, if I'm here drained, sitting with you, then I can't go out and achieve things in the world.
No.
just like then outside of this relationship is when I go to recharge, rather than expend energy.
I didn't realize the toll that this relationship is having on you, man.
Just using your example.
Wow.
Calm down. Yeah. What are your thoughts on realizing self-worth?
Again, it's another tough one.
Yeah.
Because often you can be the doormat.
Yeah.
Without realizing that you are.
Yeah.
And often in being the doormat and wanting to please others, you feel like that's your way of receiving love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you ever seen that in someone else? Like, have you ever looked at someone and be like, this person is using you or treating you like a doormat?
Mm.
Have you ever said anything to that person?
Not at first.
Yeah. I think we need to normalize that.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, if you see someone being hurt, like, just go up to them and be like,
this person's walking all over you.
Yeah.
Man. You're treating you like mud.
I'm thinking as well. I think I've done it with one person. I think we can talk about it after.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that now. But yeah, I've seen it happen. I don't think I've ever, I think when I was younger, I wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah. I think knowing what I know, I'm able to identify it.
Yeah.
But because I hadn't gone through that, I didn't know then.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we need to normalize looking out for friends as well.
Yeah. And I think it's a better test of that relationship.
Correct.
To call out and say, hey, look at this. This is what's happening this is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
It's up to you whether you do anything about it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't treat you like this.
Yeah. And I think the test of a true friendship is that you can do that regardless of the consequences.
Yeah.
Right? So you might say to someone, this person's treating like this, and they might disconnect with you.
Mm.
But time will come.
And if it's meant to be,
they'll listen to this episode.
Yeah.
And they'll realize that person is walking all over them. They will come back.
Mm.
And that's okay as well. That you might lose people, but if you truly care about them, then I think you need to tell them what they can't see. And they're just too close to it.
Yeah. And in part of that is recognizing your self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
Because seeing how someone else is being treated, right? You wouldn't want to be treated that way.
Or you wouldn't treat other people that way.
And you wouldn't treat other people. So stand up for your truth.
Yeah, absolutely. Next one is managing guilt and fear. I think we've sort of covered a lot of this throughout.
This is hard though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when you've outgrown that relationship, it hasn't gone the right way.
Yep.
There's mutual friendships that still exist.
Yeah.
And then having to walk into a room where everyone kind of knows what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. But that's all like societal pressure, right?
Yeah.
It's not, I don't know if that's living your truth.
No. But what we're talking about is how to manage that fear.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm saying that like you said walking into a room and people knowing, right?
Mm.
That's a societal fear.
Yeah,
that's not anything to do with you.
Mm.
I'm worried about what other people think.
Yeah,
but if I was purely focused on myself, then I know I've done the right thing for me. I know that wasn't serving me anymore. I know that was taking away my energy. That was taking away my peace. Then if what everyone else thinks.
That's hard.
It is hard. I 100% agree with you. It's hard. So I guess the first step probably is to, again, do a bit of a self-audit. We've said, note down who you think your winter friends are, your summer friends are. And then just ask yourself, is this relationship serving me or is it harming me? Is it energy giving, energy taking?
Mm.
I think self-awareness, as cliche as it is the first step, right? So if you can start to become aware of that, then you'll start to notice things. As you start to notice things, then if you have enough self-worth and self-love and self-respect, then you'll start to either stand up for yourself or remove yourself. And I think both of those are beneficial, because by standing up for yourself, the other person is going to either fall into line, which is a horrible term, but I think you understand what I mean, or they're going to respect that. Oh, sorry. So they're either going to respect it and fall into line, or they're going to be like, no, I'm a dickhead. I'm going to continue to be a dickhead. And if you're not going to put up with it, then I'm going to go find someone else to treat like shit.
Yeah.
And win-win. So yeah, it is hard, I know, but just start by becoming aware.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add to that? I don't know if...
No, I think we're good. I think having gone through it, you just got to take it step by step.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you have to just start with just cutting out on the socials.
Yeah.
You don't need to feed into you don't need to subscribe to that.
Yeah.
First of all.
Yeah.
So just remove that. And then just take it a step at a time.
Yeah.
People are going to say things, it's in one ear, it's out the other. Like people romanticize things.
Hugely.
This is, it's been like this for the last however many years. And you're just like, it was.
Yeah.
But I can't help it.
Correct. Yeah.
So again, look at the truth.
Yeah. And again, it's what you said about those labels, right? They're like, people think labels are permanent, but impermanence is a law of nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you sort of got to detach with that a little bit. But so yeah, I would say make a list.
Yep.
Summer friends, winter friends. Is this relationship serving me or harming me? Is it energy giving, energy taking? And then also, when you've got a list of people, relationships, that you feel could be summer friends or relationships that are energy taking, then I would ask yourself, what am I missing out on by holding on to this? Yeah. I think that's an important one. It's like, what else could I be experiencing, achieving?
Yeah.
Who am I not hanging out with by hanging out with this person?
Yep.
I think that could be a bit of an eye opener as well.
I only realized that after, but as people moved out of life, it allowed new people to come in. And I wouldn't have those new people in unless people moved out.
Yeah. Out with the old.
In with the new, baby.
And the next one is finding a positive path forward.
Yeah.
And that's just it's like once those people are out of your life, it's like, what healthy things can you bring into your life? More of the positive relationships. Just to clarify.
Okay. That's where we're at.
To fill those gaps that people have left in your life. But also develop a relationship with yourself as well.
Yeah.
I think people wouldn't get into it to as many of these situations if we go back to self-worth and self-love and self-respect. I think if you can do that for yourself, then you're not left with anyone else. You're not left looking for other people to fill your cup. I think that's as positive of a forward path that you can get.
Yeah.
Is develop self-love. Yeah. What do you think?
We've often spoke about this cup of happiness.
Yeah.
And it's not that other people fill that cup for you, but I think when thinking about these people, it's would you let them hold your happiness?
Yeah.
Would you let them, the measure is, do you trust them enough to hold your cup?
Yep.
Because you fill your own, but I feel like other people hold it for you.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. It's another great question to ask. Would I trust this person?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. And then just building practical steps. Next one is building practical steps to maintain boundaries. I I'm a big believer in spending time alone.
Mm-hmm.
Getting out in nature. Swami Aparokshanandaji said it as well.
Yeah.
Leave devices, because devices is what connects people, right?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about how I just like unfollow people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, because that's like sometimes that's the only connection you have with people. But I even found that draining. It's like the things they share, the things they post about, and it's like, anyway. So spend time alone.
I was doing some gardening yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, people who garden must really enjoy what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because your mind has to be where your hands are. You're outside, you're in nature.
Yeah.
I feel like if I wasn't an architect, I'd probably do some sort of gardening or landscaping or something.
Interesting.
Because you're out there, you're in nature, and just the amount of time you get to think.
Yeah.
And it just made me think about my dad. Like that guy, every second weekend, he's in the garden.
Yeah, yeah.
You just get so much time to think about what you're doing.
Yeah. He's one of the happiest people I know.
Exactly. And the physical act of removing the weeds out of the garden.
Yeah.
You know, and the way you can like just translate that to your mind. And people. People are like weeds, man.
Yeah.
You got to get them out of your garden.
Yeah. Yep.
And that service needs to happen like every, I don't know, couple weeks, month or so. If your garden's growing and it's looking bushy, man, get in there, give it a trim, weed it out.
Nice. So yeah, definitely spend time alone. Get out in the garden and nature.
Yep.
Again, going back to what I said earlier is that I think if people develop enough self-love, self-worth, self-respect, then you wouldn't fall into these traps. So listing out, a list of your positive qualities, I think would help you realize what you bring. Realize that you're the Beyonce in the relationship.
Yep.
And then just talk to your friends as well. Once you've made your list of summer friends or winter friends, the real ones. Talk to them. Ask them to tell you what they appreciate about you. Because sometimes you don't see that for yourself.
No.
It'll be other people who tell you, I love how you do this. I love how you always think about this. And it won't be clear to you because it's so natural for you. But if you've got that list and other people are telling you that as well, then use that to build yourself up. Yeah.
And also flipping that on the reverse is looking at what value people bring to you.
Yeah.
Or once you've done your audit, knowing what you're lacking and, like how people can help you to grow and develop a certain skill as well.
Yeah. And just on values, like list again, your positive quality, but also listing your values and making sure that the relationships that you have, your values are aligned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the last one is just being grateful for what you've learned about yourself, and then grateful for the relationships that you have, and also being grateful for the people that have come into your life and who are now not a part of your life, but have served you in some sort of way. I wouldn't know what takes away my peace if these people hadn't come to my life.
Oh, 100%. I was going to say, like, as much for the people that are in my life, the people that are not in my life have all contributed
100%
to the growth of this person that is sitting right now.
Yeah, so just be grateful for the lessons that they've come into your life with, come into your life to give you. I've written here that everyone and everything happens for a reason, right? So whether these people are here only for a season, take what they can give you, let them move on, and just be grateful for those lessons.
No matter the season, they're there for a
reason.
Hey.
So yeah, just let them come let the lessons come,
Yeah.
and let them go. That's it. That's all I got.
Beautiful.
Yeah, boy. So, I mean, I just want to, again, emphasize that, yes, it is hard. We romanticize, we hold strong to the labels that we have. But in saying that, you have to take care of yourself. It's going to be confronting. It's going to be hard. It's going to be somewhat energy draining as well. But you've got to go through this process once and then let those people move on and grow from there.
You go to a dark place. It's not fun.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you got to, especially if you're someone who doesn't like to make it about you.
Yeah.
As funny as that is like your life every day is about you.
Yeah.
You know, you can't run away from that fact.
Yeah, exactly. And just pay attention as well. Like pay attention to what you're letting in. Because what you put in is what you get out as well, right?
Yeah.
Again, we've talked about it. You are the what am I trying to say? Of the 5 people that you
total sum.
Yeah, total sum of the 5 people that you hang out with, right? So just become aware and protect it. I think awareness is so important as well. But again, awareness of what you're letting in, but awareness of yourself.
Have you struggled to outgrow a relationship?
Have I struggled
to move out of a relationship?
I've struggled to, yes, I have.
And what was it that made it hard?
Romanticizing. There's also, and I don't want to go into detail now, but I'm happy to discuss offline. Romanticizing and labeling. I don't want to say too much without saying too much as well.
And then what did you do to?
Then I built up my. This is gonna sound so stupid, right?
That's right.
And I want to explain the reason it's gonna sound so stupid is that we didn't plan you asking me this question right now. You're asking me this question, and I am truly, honestly reflecting on the process.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I'm giving myself time to think.
Yeah.
The really cool thing about it is exactly what we talked about in the episode, separate to the conversation that we're having right now, is exactly the process that I went through.
Right.
Right. Which is freaky. And the only reason I'm saying that. So I built up my self-worth in terms of what I was bringing to the relationship. I understood the value that I was bringing. Before, it was a relationship of receiving and respect for what I was receiving. It actually goes both ways, and I was actually giving a lot of value as well. And it wasn't until I realized that I could then be like, hang on, I'm also a part of this relationship. This is a mutual back and forth. Why are you being like this when we're equals in this? And it was only until that point that I could then be like, okay, cool. I'm here, but I'm not here. Yeah. That was creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. If you see me off camera, then come and talk to me and I will explain a little further. But this is not something I'm comfortable.
No, of course. I think it's more just to share that we go through this. Everyone goes through it.
Yeah.
But also like maybe through your learnings and your process, someone
other
else
people
will
can
learn.
Yeah,
you know?
100%. So yeah, it is. I think all of this can be avoided.
Yeah.
You won't fall into these relationships if you protect yourself. But before you protect yourself, you have to know what yourself is worth.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else you want to finish with?
No.
All right.
It's just look out for number one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's highly underrated because I don't know if there's people like me who think happiness comes from pleasing other people, and that when other people are happy, you're happy.
Yeah. But it's also something that's sort of somewhat looked down upon in society as well.
Of course.
You're only worrying about yourself. And
like you should only worry about yourself first.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah. Cool. How you feeling? Where's the morale at?
Wow. It's interesting because this is like having talked about this, it's brought up a lot of the past.
Yeah.
So
you're balanced about it too.
Yeah. But when we look at it through the lens of growth and that we're evolving, that we need to go through this to mature, it's part of our journey and where we are all heading.
Yeah.
You got to weather the storm. You just have to, and the seasons are there. You're going to get the shitty days. You're going to get the great days. Yep. I'm at a 9.
9?
Yeah. Closing to a 10.
Yeah.
Like it's tough.
Yeah.
But we have to go there.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. I'm thinking about a 10 actually.
Yeah.
So I feel positive because of, I think it's an important episode for everyone.
Yeah.
But also just that little bit of reflection for myself at the end there.
Yeah.
That I'm doing what I'm preaching.
Yeah.
But apart from that, apart from the cameras, apart from all of that, like I understood my self-worth.
Yeah.
And I respected that. And then I took action on it.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, bro. Cool.
Excellent, man. Oh, yeah. Let's leave it there. Perfect. All right. Thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in. Until next time, be human, be now.